Hello, sports fans. It's me, Sportsman Z, Bob Zolke. And you know that we just completed week 2 of the NFL season. And you know what that means? That means it's time for my week 3 picks. Now, last week, the sportsman took it on the chin. And I went 8-8. And I went 8-8 considering that the Bears, who I picked to win, had to come back and kick a 53-yard field goal with almost no time on the clock, which I was not very confident that they were going to be able to do. And it also considered that the Saints lost pretty convincingly to the Rams partially because Breeze had injured his thumb and left the game. So I was lucky in a lot of respects this past week. I was lucky to go 8-8. But still, as you can see on the season, I am 20-12. So that's not that bad. It's averaging a 10-6 week per week. So let's see if we can this week do at least 10-6 and possibly better. And this week I'm not sure, I'm not 100% sure, but I think I'm picking all or any of the 0-2 teams to lose again. Because until you can prove to me that you can beat somebody, I'm going to assume you can't beat anybody. So anyway, with that having been said, let's get into the week 3 picks. Now, Thursday's game is going to be the Jaguars and the Titans. And in this game, I consider this game pretty much to be a toss-up. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to toss them up. If I had to pick one, I would say that I'm going to go with Jacksonville in this game. Just because they are at home and I like their chance. They've got a pretty good defense, and I think the Titans' win in week 1 was kind of deceptive because I don't think really Cleveland is all that good. So I don't think they beat a good Cleveland team in week 1. I think they beat a mediocre to below average Cleveland team. So, and Mariota, he might be in a walk year, like in a free agent year, but I don't think he's really still showing that just yet. So I'm going to go with the Jags. Then we start the Sunday games, and we've got Dallas and Miami. And yes, I am definitely in this game going with Dallas. Forget Miami. They are not going to win. There is no way. Go with Dallas. I would say that's a lock, but really the Patriots game every week is going to be my lock, okay? I mean, let's just cut through the crap. So now we've got the Bills and the Bengals. And in this game, I'm going to go with the Bills at home. The Bengals, I believe, are 0-2, one of the 0-2 teams. They haven't shown anything yet. And the Bills won pretty convincingly over the Giants. They didn't win very convincingly over the Jets, but they still did win. So they are 2-0. So, yeah, take it home. Go with the Bills in this one because I'm certainly going to. Now we've got the Eagles and the Lions. And you know what? This game is probably going to be closer than a lot of people think. The Lions are showing a little bit of chutzpah. And, of course, the Eagles, who I had picked to win last week, managed to lose in the waning minutes again to the Falcons. So, but they were on the road, and I don't know, maybe that was tough. But anyway, yeah, pretty much let's go with the Eagles on this one. And now we've got the Patriots and the Jets. So who do you think I'm going with here? Yeah, I'm going with the Patriots.
That was easy.
Yeah, it was. And so, yeah, go with the Patriots. They're going to be my lock every week until they lose to somebody, and I really don't know who they're going to lose to unless you bring back like the 1967 Packers to play them. Now, the next game we've got is the Colts and the Falcons. And the Colts are home in this one, but I'm still going with the Falcons. So let's write it up. Falcons over the Colts. Next we have the Vikings against the Raiders. And in this game, the Vikings are home. People have been making a lot of hype about the Vikings. They didn't quite live up to it I even drank the Kool-Aid last week, and I said, yeah, the Vikings are going to win. But no, they didn't. In fact, they missed, I think they had a 1st and goal, like down at the 5-yard line, the 3-yard line, something like that, and they blew it. So, I don't know. But against the Raiders, I really don't think that much of the Raiders, so yeah, we're going to go with the Vikings in that one. So now we've got the Baltimore Ravens against the Kansas City Chiefs. And in this one, the Chiefs are home, and the Chiefs are good, and Mahomes is very good. But I'm still going with the Ravens because the Ravens have been really, they've been kicking it. So, Lamar Jackson looks like, he's definitely proven people wrong, the people that said he couldn't pass. I don't know who said that, but they were way off base. And, he may be the highest rated passer in the NFL right now. So we're definitely going to go with the Baltimore Ravens. And if you're a Kansas City fan...
Could I be more sorry?
Yeah, I couldn't be more sorry, but they're not going to win. So now we've got the Packers against the Broncos. And you remember what my rule was. 0-2 teams, I'm calling them to go 0-3. So that means go with the Packers. Because I don't see the Broncos winning, even though the Broncos really should have probably beaten the Bears. Again, I don't know how the Bears even got into field goal range, let alone kicked a 53-yard field goal. But they did, and so the Broncos are 0-2. They got to prove to me they can beat somebody. So, yeah, go with the Packers in that one. Next, we have the Cardinals and the Panthers. And the Cardinals are at home, and they've been putting up some pretty impressive fights. And these guys, I'm picking them to win. And remember, they are not 0-2. They're 0-1-1. So yeah, let's go with the Cardinals at home. The Panthers, I don't know what's wrong with their quarterback. Forget his name again. I'm having trouble recalling stuff like this. But anyway, he doesn't look right. So, and the Panthers themselves don't really look right. So I'm going to go with, let's write it off to the Cardinals winning that game. All right. The next one we got is the Buccaneers over the Giants. That's right. We're going with the Buccaneers at home over the Giants. Remember the rule. The Giants are 0-2 until they can beat somebody and show me they can beat someone in the NFL. Then, hey, I'm picking against them. Now, the next one we've got is Seattle and against the Saints. And Seattle is at home, which is an advantage. They got the 12th man up there in Seattle. You know all about that. Plus, you know that now Bridgewater is the quarterback of the Saints for at least the next 5 or 6 weeks because Breeze is out with a torn ligament or something in his thumb. So they can't pass as much, and if the Saints can't pass as much, that's bad news for the Saints. You know, you don't want to be in that number when the Saints come marching in. You want to go with Seattle. So now we've got the Texans against San Diego. And San Diego looks really kind of flat to me. So I'm going to go with the Texans. Even though San Diego is at home, I'm still going with the Texans in this one. Forget San Diego. Now we've got the 49ers against the Steelers. I'm going with the 49ers because, as we all know, Big Ben is out. But even if Big Ben wasn't out, what's the rule? 0-2. And really, I mean, you know, the Steelers were saying coming out of camp that the loss of AB and the loss of Le'Veon Bell was not a big deal and that they can compensate for it. Well, actually, it does not look like you have been compensating very well for it at all. So, yeah, go with the 49ers. The next one we got, the last Sunday game that I've got, is the Rams and the Browns. And I'm going with the Rams. And no, I have been accused of going against the Browns only because I don't like Baker Mayfield. Hey, that's true. I don't like Baker Mayfield. But really, who's the better team here? The Rams. And then that brings us to the Monday night game, which I am quite happy that it's a Monday night game because that means it's nationally televised and I can see it. And it's going to be the Bears against Washington. And you know who I'm going with here? What's the rule? 0-2. So I am going with the Bears on the road against Washington on Monday night, even though there's a part of me that could see Washington getting their first win against the Bears because the Bears have a lackluster offense. And really, to call it lackluster is really giving it a little too much credit. It's on a flatlining offense. But they do have a stifling defense. And I think that stifling defense is going to be just a little bit too much for the Washington Redskins. So, what did you guys think? Do you think I'm in for a better week this week? Do you like these picks a lot better? I mean, I certainly do. I'm a lot more confident about them. I had 0-2 teams this week to pick on, and I did. So, what do you guys think? You think I'm right? You think I'm wrong? What games do you think I'm off on? You think the week's going to be better? Let me know. If you have your picks, I'd love to see what your picks are at least the ones that differ with me. You can say on the ones that, you can say I differ with you on these. And then hopefully that's only like maybe 2 or 3 picks. Hopefully you don't differ with me on the Patriots games, or you just really haven't been watching football lately. But anyway, if you like that video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And let me know. Let other people know about the channel. Spread the word. Send it out. Send links to the channel out to other people. Especially, every week these weekly previews of the games and my picks seem to be pretty popular with a lot of people. So let people know, get the word out, let's have some fun. But for right now, it's Bob Zuhlke, Sportsman Z, signing off.